Liberty is a larger canvas for the fundamental rights of society with legislation and Magna Carta, the Constitution. The focus here is not to suggest you taking arms, wage a war or run a movement against oppression. Those are bigger things with a large cause and society. We are only addressing the day-to-day chains on you and not allowing you to function freely. It is that freeness or freedom we are discussing, which is individual related. Freedom is the absence of any pressure, basically the individual constructs from the social environment in which we live. That's the real takeaway from this video. Every time Rich Dad will surprise you and encourage you to think deeply and learn. Thanks for watching. People often feel imprisoned by such mundane things such as job, marriage, financial pressures, and just everyday stress, to name a few of the most commonly expressed freedom themes. Even the most innocently seeming annoyances such as housework, household repairs, employees if you are a business owner, school events, even having to shave every morning, too many house guests, or simply too many commitments can make you feel constrained to the point of frustration and despair. So, freedom goes hand in hand with action, because if you are not free to take action towards pursuing your interest, dreams and achieving your goals, you are metaphorically speaking a slave life. Slaves are not free to act in their own best interest. We will explore in this video. We always tend to think of freedom as an emancipatory ideal, and with good reason. Throughout the history, the desire to be free inspired countless marginalized groups to challenge the rule of political and economic elites. Liberty was the watchword then. Different people have different opinions, definitions, and thoughts about the idea of freedom and liberty. Some speak of freedom in the political sense, others in personal independence, and others in religious freedom. But the fact that everyone wants to be free in every case, each time, is true.
If it's so, when a person is clamoring for freedom but clamped, then what freedom is in scope is the question you may ask. Then, within his life space, logical question comes up. Freedom from what? Thankfully, majority of things in our day-to-day life, we have the power to control without being enslaved. By control, what we mean is you need to seek freedom from these menacing 10 themes.
Now that we understood that we are dysfunctional due to various constraints and attitude, we need to seek how to shake off those factors. How to free ourselves from those chains and shackles so that we are free to pursue our passion. Given that situation, Rich Dad approaches freedom from personal angle and how you need to liberate from those menacing, annoying, people-related 10 habits and dysfunctional practices at best.
Number 1. Freedom from the past. Who among us does not have unpleasant experience in our past? Freedom from the past is essential to an action-oriented life. If your mind is cluttered with stressful thoughts about the past, paralysis tends to set in and your action dies. The future lies on the other side of the prison door of the past, and you have the power to open that door and step through any time.
Number 2. Freedom from perfection. In absolute term, there is no such thing as perfection. It's really an unattainable goal, and it's destined to result in frustration and stress. Over-preparation is anathema to action.
Number 3. Freedom from just in case. There is a tendency to save too many files, paper cutting, warranty cards of the products we purchased, and piling up suffocatingly, being filled with 20-year-old files in cartons, filling up the garage. You are accumulating, just in case, it's needed, and for sure, there is no second time to visit those information. So discard all, and free yourself from just-in-case mania.
4. From need to prove you are right. An obsessive need to prove you are right gets in the way of action, which otherwise you would have achieved. A day never goes by without my hearing people say, many things which I disagree, but I rarely argue with them. I feel if I know I am right, I have nothing to gain by telling someone he is wrong. So drop this attitude of proving you are right.
Number 5. Freedom from binge watching. People who watch television online, continuously, and regularly indulge in social media will be binge watching. These apps and websites are scientifically engineered to keep you hooked and coming back. The cost to your productivity, ability to focus, and general well-being can be staggering. Freedom from binge gives you control.
Number 6. Freedom from any ism or any grouping. The more you glorify factors and the more you submit to groups or isms and their norms, you become a slave by subtle form. Taking action is about individuals and not about any groups. Be vigilant about not becoming a prey to any moral groups or community unwittingly, as it will throw away your individualism.
Number 7. Freedom from hatred. Yes. You don't have to love your enemies, but just don't give them the satisfaction of hating them. What is the end game of your hatred? If no purpose, what's the point? If your objective is simply hate, your hatred is based on emotion rather than reason. You are using up your valuable time and energy on a purposeless activity. Soon you should be free from hatred.
Number 8. Freedom from guilt. When an individual, with a sound moral infrastructure, is not guilty of any wrongdoings, he should refuse to be burdened with nagging guilt. If he is guilty, he can make amends by apologizing. But as long as you don't commit aggression against others while working on your goals, you should be proud that you are a net gainer instead of a net consumer. So keep achieving success without any unfounded guilt.
Number 9. Freedom from envy. There is a subtle difference between jealousy and envy. Jealousy denotes a feeling of resentment towards someone. Envy denotes a longing to possess something that someone else owns or achieves. This is a hot feeling that he only deserves that and not his neighbor. So freedom from envy will make you cool. Number 10. Freedom from peer pressure. The desire to impress others is one of the worst forms of mental imprisonment. It consumes most of your time and energy and eats away your self-esteem as well. But the more a person focuses on gaining acceptance and popularity, the less he is able to concentrate on creating value for others. Hence, he should be free from peer compulsion and do the work for his own sake.
You should make a battle cry of freedom from your heart. Now that you know who are those 10 traitors for achieving your freedom, I repeat, you should make a battle cry of freedom. In case if you are not sufficiently pushed, see the following video. It tells you succinctly, in a capsule, how you need to get hold of those 10 habits and dysfunctional practices to get the freedom and avoid enslavement, but accomplish achievement. It needs tremendous sacrifices.
What is controlling your thoughts? What is enslaving you? Is it the television set? Feeding your mind images of what life should be? Is it the internet drawing you in and controlling your time? Is it drugs or alcohol numbing your brain and diminishing your desires? Or is it weakness? A lack of discipline that prevents you from accomplishing what you want to accomplish?
Wherever focus goes, energy flows. So why don't we tap into that power now for your business and life?
So many people have lost their day to distraction. What are some things you need to immediately stop doing in your life? Is it social media? Is it watching 7 seasons of a show every week? What do you need to stop doing to take back control of life. Also, what do you need to start doing? And what do you need to start doing every day, every week, every month, every year to be on your A game? Discipline buys you freedom to do what you want. Sacrifice leads and gains follow. Don't look for any gains where there's been no sacrifice. Don't wake up and look for no gain. Don't look for your game to improve. Don't look for the record to improve. Without sacrifice, there are no gains. You can't make millions of dollars if you don't make million sacrifice.